Hi, I'm Raghav Karinja. I'm with Engineering Services, and I have the pleasure of having Nitesh Bansal, who heads Engineering Services globally for Infosys. Welcome, Nitesh.
Hi, thanks, Raghav.
Yeah. So, what we see in the market today is as companies are adopting smarter products, smarter manufacturing, some of the buzzwords around digital twin, digital thread, and so on is what we hear all the time.
Yeah.
And the companies which are excelling in this space are companies like Dassault Systems, PTC, and so on. And one of the things you have done is to significantly increase our alliance partnership with Dassault Systems because they are clearly emerging as a leader in the space. What kind of partnership you envisage with Dassault Systems and what kind of innovations we are jointly developing with them?
So see, Dassault has a very special space in this ecosystem. Not only have they been a long-standing player which has the roots in aerospace industry of deep design and engineering capability, but they have also developed significantly in the software space to provide those tools that engineers today need to be able to design newer products. Our partnership with Dassault is essentially a statement to the market that we are very serious about this entire space and the digitization that's happening in the space, be it the digitization of the product itself and creating a digital thread around it, or the digitization of the supply chain, which is the entire production line through which we can create newer efficiencies and provide better services. Right? To be more specific, what we're doing with Dassault is we are creating an integration between, say, manufacturing production scheduling, which runs independently quite well, the ERP landscape, and if you know, and MES, which also independently runs very well, but combining the two disciplines to actually bring the value. And Dassault has packages like Ortems and Aprizo in those spaces, which work in those spaces. Or by creating a digital thread around the product itself, which will allow them to monetize the product through servitization and create newer revenue models. What we've also done is taken a product cost optimization solution that, by the way, you were involved in building.
Right.
And now we are publishing it through Excelite. So it's an integrated solution where people, when they're designing products, can have a view for design to cost. So it's a very well-bound partnership based on value levers that we can jointly bring to the market.
Now, engineering services is aligned to the innovation pillar when it comes to the digital Pentagon. So what kind of innovations you're seeing in the market and what we are helping customers build?
See, innovation, again, can be understood as many things by many people. But for Infosys, as part of the digital Pentagon, we are leading the charter on innovation. And where we play a specific role is in two forms. One, we obviously work in that space of physical digital kind of bridging, where everything which is physical and turning to digital, more and more software getting into it. We lead that charter. We have our advanced engineering group that works on leading edge technologies, second gen, third horizon kind of technologies that we invest in, and enabling software to help improve our experiences of how we use the physical assets. So I'll give you an example. This is about any physical asset. If you take a medical device or you take a system that you use at home automation, etc. Today, you've got a platform associated with everything. Right? You cannot just consume it like a device. Right. But what that platform does, it personalizes it for you. It enables you to gain a unique experience out of it. And that is our way of enhancing digitization and leading innovation in the space.
That sounds great. Now, one of the things we also see in the market is companies are adopting smart manufacturing, intelligent manufacturing, whatever you may call, but in a POC mode. And many companies have coined different terms like death by POCs or pilot purgatory and things like that. How do you see this kind of solutions gaining scale and being deployed at an organization level or an enterprise level?
You're absolutely right. And I think we have gone through our own death by POC stage. I think what organizations are lacking are two or three things. Number one, if you look at this entire space of innovation in the manufacturing space, it's an extremely brownfield space. This is not about greenfield, because equipment that you have in the plant today were not put in yesterday. They were put in 20, 30, 40 years ago. And when they were put, the level of instrumentation, the sensors available, and the data that you can gather is at varying degrees. So today, the question is not about what more can be done. The question is about how you can leverage what you have, the data that you can pull, to create a meaningful digital thread to leverage it for right decision making.
Absolutely.
Right? So having a brownfield approach. Second, the whole approach of how you run a factory has been run by country, by plant, by most of the companies, right? So there is no central view of looking at how I spread this across factories, how I can federate the budgets and bring it together to make it a large initiative. And third and last but not the least is there isn't a set mechanism, if I may say, there is no template that has been established to come out with the business case. So while everybody intuitively knows that if I reduce the downtime of a plant by using a digital thread, it improves my OE. But how does it translate to a balance sheet item? How does it translate to my cost that my CFO will actually agree to put some money behind, right? And putting all of those together is something which is incumbent on SIs like us.
Right.
And I think we have taken the first few steps by creating our consulting organization, working with partners like Dassault again, who have a value analysis stream that they have done for a lot of years, and bringing it all together to try and steer this decision making for the enterprises.
Another thing which I think gives us a unique differentiation in the market is the innovation hubs we have created locally. Now, how do you think organizations can take advantage of the innovation hubs we have created?
Well, the innovation hubs are the greatest, I think, addition to our repertoire, to our armor of sales, if I may say. These are no longer optional. Today, the area that we are stepping into, be it IoT, largely digitization, etc., actually there are no preset answers, right? Everyone is in the discovery mode. Everyone is trying to figure out what they can do, right? And it is all happening in an agile and iterative manner. The only way to do it is by bringing an ecosystem together where you can have interplay of multiple technologies, multiple partners, different capabilities, and you can do it in a manner where together with the client you can discover what the value is and how you can bring it to life. These innovation hubs are our vehicle, are our instrument to be able to enable that.
Okay. Now, do you see specific industries going faster than the rest when it comes to this kind of digital disruptions in the market, specifically around smart products, smart manufacturing?
Well, if you look at it, there are some obvious candidates. While everyone is adopting it in a different manner, manufacturing with its capability to optimize its manufacturing installations, huge capital that has gone into plants, how to extract more value out of those plants, creating those digital threads definitely is trying to lead the way. Same applies for CPG and pharmaceuticals because they have similar kind of challenges and stuff. Mines, creating digital mines which lead to better health and safety, capability to use autonomous vehicles and machines over there, and multiple other industries in similar manner. I mean, I can talk about use cases with connected cars or with trains or automatic scheduling of freight, etc. But different industries are taking their own time. But pretty much every industry is doing something about it.
One of the other things which is a customer imperative is accelerated value creation or speed to value. Now, how do you think Infosys is positioned to?
Well, we have always been very passionate about ROI and speed to value because I personally, and we as a company believe that nobody in today's world, in today's economic scenario, can put in an investment without having a direct line of sight to recovering value. So to that extent, coming out with those value models, accelerating value through, again, design hubs you talked about, the innovation hubs, creating low fidelity prototypes so that we can quickly understand how we are going to create value from those use cases, do them in an environment that proves it, and so that they can be rolled out in an accelerated manner. In doing so, tying up with partners like Dassault, tying up with other partners in the ecosystem, that could be academia, that could be other research organizations, and and whoever else we need to, bringing startups into the ecosystem, so that we very quickly learn how to do these new things or fail fast, and do them in an environment which is as close to the client as possible, so that they can be rolled out immediately and taken forward.
This is great, Nitesh. I think you spoke about taking advantage of the innovation hubs, agile execution, and some of the differentiators in terms of the solution we have created. And more importantly, some of the product partnership, like the Dassault partnerships we have created. I think with all this, looks like we are positioned very well in the market to kind of capitalize and take advantage of some of the growth we see.
You're absolutely right. I've never been more excited about the potential in this space. I think it is just beginning to unfold. We are beginning to see productive implementation of use cases in IoT. And I think this is a space to watch, and we are going to see a lot of great things happen in this space. Thank you.
Thank you very much for
Hey,
it.
thanks.